Hey, okay, welcome back to this impromptu session as usual on the Caribou Data Science channel. I've been looking at some data. It's actually the data we're going to use for our next project. Okay, it has to do with e-commerce sales. The data, of course, is always just from Kaggle.com. Not always, but usually when it's business data, it's Kaggle.com among other places. I saw it, and I've been having trouble getting it to the raw data to get to it and import in either like Python or R. I keep getting some error messages, and I'll show you what, we're going to try to fix some of those errors here this evening, okay? First of all, here's our data. What's the first thing we do? The first thing is we want to make a copy of the data, okay? Put it to the end. And this is our raw data here. Let's call this working. Alright. Then it's converted to a table. Now here's the first problem. When I was importing the data, this looks fine here. So when you use an import function like read_csv and pandas or tidyverse, it's going to scan the rows for each column. So it's scanning this row and it says, oh, these are numbers. I'm going to make this a number column, but the trouble is this. These right here. So it comes down to here and it says, uh-oh, I can't, it throws an error and says, uh-oh, I can't convert this to a number. So therefore it kills it stops importing the data. Now the C stands for cancel. Now I'll tell you that there's actually two different rows for each transaction. There's one for the sale. Or no, in some cases there's two rows. There's always a sale. And in some cases you can see the transaction number is twice. Once for the sale and once for the cancel. Well, the trouble is if you sort this by if you sort this, the C is going to come at the bottom, and the numbers the two transactions aren't going to appear next to each other, so it makes it kind of unusual. So what could they have done? Well, the one thing they could have done, they could have put an S before the sales. But better than that, they could have put the C and the S at the end. That way when you sort it, it'll sort it by the numbers first. But what we're going to do is, we're just going to create a new column called trans number. Now, as you can see, regardless, all the order IDs consist of 6 numbers and sometimes a letter. So we want to come. The first thing we're going to come over here and do write. Okay. This over here. Now let's don't do that. I don't like to do that. I like to just put the comma 6. And now this gives us our numbers. Now the next thing we're going to do is come over here. We're going to convert this to a value. Okay. The next thing we want to do, we want to create a column called status. And that's the order status. Now we get tricky. We're going to come over here and say if quantity, because in the case of quantity, but to cancel, the quantity is less than or equal to 0. So we're going to say H2 less than or equal to 0 cancel, else sale. Let's see what happened here now. Let's see if we have something up here now. Now you can see we got cancels and sales, okay? Let's convert this. Okay, so now we got this fixed. We can get rid of this. Okay, so that's our big. Now we want to update the order date. Okay, this is the transaction date. So it goes from 19 to 18 to 19. So we're going to update the 19 to be 24. So it's 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, right? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. All right, so that's 6 years. So we want to add 6 years onto the transaction date. So that's going to be date, okay, C2, comma, let's try 60, see what this looks like. And this way, make it easy when we start doing some analysis, because this way we can work on the most recent dates, okay? And the same thing here. Convert this to values. Okay, so we can delete that. Now let's just take a look. Now here's the question: do we need the product? I'll show you the product number, but we're not actually even going to use it. That's why I show you what the trouble here is again. You got numbers again. Notice you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different products, different verses. Let's just take a look at one of these and see exactly what one of these actually are. Like I said, we don't actually need, we're going to make a determination that we don't actually need these, okay? Let's just see what these actually are. Okay, we got these things: purple paper parasol, pink, red. So we got 3 different parasols here: purple, pink, and red. All right. But like I said, we don't actually need that. I got approval from the stakeholder to delete that column. Okay. What about customer number? Do we have any problems with customer numbers? We have a bunch that's unavailable. So how can we not have? Unless the not availables are the returns. Well, we have the transaction number, okay? So we could we could somehow get the we could get the customer number by just reading it in. Because that's kind of annoying. Okay, you have to return, but it still has a customer number associated with it. No, we don't. We don't have a customer number, do we? So let's get rid of that. All right. But that's now this is probably going to cause us a problem also. So we're going to you can see it actually deleting the rows, and that's because there's 500,000 rows. Okay, good. All right. Let's just come back up here then. Select all. Now, to a certain extent, that's the only data clean I wanted to do on this tonight. Uh, See, the trouble with no customer number, that means we can't calculate returns by customer. Okay, we can't calculate returns by customer. Okay, which is kind of annoying. to put it the least, is kind of annoying. But let's take a quick look here at let's insert a pivot table. Pivot table. New sheet. Let's take a look at products and see what products had the most returns. You know what? There's one more thing we have to do. We have to calculate total price. The total price is okay, and here's your math question. Okay, if we multiply a negative number by a positive number, is the total going to be a positive or negative number? Well, the answer, of course, as you know from your math, from your grade school math, is that's going to be a negative number. So that's why I think this is the price per unit and not the price per quantity. Because this way, when we get to the returns, we're going to have a negative value for the return, okay? Let's get rid of this sheet here. Let's do one more kind of funky thing here, okay? Let's save this. Let's copy this. Let's call this clean. Okay. Now you notice when you copy the sheet, okay, it doesn't actually copy the table coordinates, so it's kind of curious. What happened to our okay, what happened is I deleted the wrong sheet. Wait, this could be okay. This is not the clean. This is the working. This is the clean. Let's copy the working. But our working's the working. Okay, so let's save this. Now let's create our sheet. And we're going to say product name. You could do a filter by status. Okay. So in terms of quantity, popcorn holder had the most, had a total quantity. Well, let's come up here now. What we want to know is which products have the most okay, this probably doesn't make any sense because it's negative, okay? Okay, let's do this. Okay. Now I'll point out that this is kind of a screwy one. Because we actually look at the data. There's one transaction, okay? There's one transaction. And there's a it's a single transaction for 80,995 papercraft little birdies. Okay. So can we come up here and do this? So now we can do a plot. Okay, this doesn't make any sense, of course. Why? Because once again, it's looking at the bottom thing, okay? Yeah, so the problem is, once again, we're doing it backwards. We actually want to do the bottom 10, okay? So let's just come over here. Let's just do this. Yeah, so see, this isn't really working for whatever reason. Yeah, so this is kind of screwy. I mean, the trouble as always is just trying to plot a number, but it's trying to plot. You see? The trouble is, where's all of our numbers? Okay, we should be getting a bar coming down there for each one of the numbers, okay? Okay, we are getting a little bit, okay? But we're not really getting a bar, all right? But nonetheless, we can see this here, okay? Number 10. Now the trouble is, can we actually move? See, it's highlighted. But the trouble is, we're actually moving the. What I'm trying to do here is I want to move the. Okay, so what it's actually doing. So the trouble is what? The trouble is we got this up here, which is really kind of strange. Oh. Let's convert this to text. Okay. You want to convert the okay, good. All right, much better. Well, that's what else. Let's do another quick sanity check. Okay, let's do the number of orders by day. Okay. Insert pivot table. Transaction date. Status. Let's do a count. So you can see up here, we got a little thing. We got a little thing going on up here, right? Let's insert a plot. Okay, that's pretty simple, right? 23, we didn't have a lot of work. We come over here. Let's expand this and expand this. So now we got sales by quarter, right? Now let's come over here. Let's do month. So now we got our basic plot. Okay, what is this? So this is the count of the number of, well, let's do this. This is both, right? Let's look at sales. So you can see November of 2024 was a good year. It's good because we actually see this, this trend, increasing trend in 2020, the third and fourth quarter of 2024. Okay, and that, my friends, is it for this evening. We could do things like what? Gap width. Series overlap. There, that's a little better, isn't it? There we go. A nice plot. And there you have it, my friends. Oh, look at this. We had that's not good. In December, we had a big drop-off, didn't we? And there you have it, my friends. A very quick analysis, data cleaning, and a very quick sanity check. We know we have problems with some data, right? There we go. A very quick plot, a very quick analysis, and then we have sales transactions per month and quarter, okay? So thanks so much for your time. I hope you found this encouraging and insightful, and how to think through a data cleaning problem in Excel. Be sure to come back and keep the bell icon selected there. Like, subscribe, bell icon. This is a quick taste also